Three Springs Fruit Farm here in Adams County, Pennsylvania. We're an operation that's run by our family. The principal operators at this point are my father, Dave, my uncle John, and then I'm Ben. The three of us are have our own different areas of concentration and keeping the farm running. We're up to about close to 400 acres of production, mostly tree fruit. We've been here in this area for a very long time. I'm the seventh generation of Wenks to be growing something in this area, dating back to our first known ancestor in 1818. So we have a long history in the area. We've been growing primarily tree fruit now since about the 1970s, early 1980s. We have it's a very good fruit growing area. At one point this was measured as the 5th largest county in the United States in terms of apple production by volume. So large fruit belt that runs along the sides of the mountains of Adams County. So that's the primary agricultural industry is peaches and apples and other tree fruits. IPM is a real concentration on our growing methods here at Three Springs, and it's something that has been part of the way we thought about growing our produce for a long time. You know, going back as long as I can remember, my dad explaining that he had to spray, you know, not that he automatically did, that this event occurred and now he has to spray. More than that, since about the year 2000 or so, we've been very fortunate to pair up with some of our research scientists at the Penn State Fruit Research and Extension Center in Biglerville, and through working with them, they were able to have a number of different experiments done in our orchards to kind of learn a little bit about new and innovative ways of growing our fruit. And this was directly related to IPM. And so, since about that time, we've really been concentrating a lot more on really what I would call more intensified integrated pest management techniques. Everything from mating disruption that we have right now on virtually all of our apples, and 100% of our peaches is in using a technology called mating disruption, which allows us to control a number of internal insects. That would be an insect that would make a worm, for example, on a piece of fruit. Through mating disruption, we're able to do that without any sprays, because the pheromone prohibits those insects from mating in our orchards. And this is all a result of experiences we gained through our partnership with Penn State Research and also a number of extension programs. And being able to use it and get some first-hand experience, we've been able to use mating disruption to reduce the amount of spraying we do for insects. Other programs we've done have included using pesticides that are much lower toxicity, much lower residual. So scouting is something that's very important to us here in terms of how we're managing our disease control and our insect control. That's something that's actually one of my personal responsibilities. Is we have all over our orchard, somewhere in the vicinity of, it's about 80 different pheromone traps, which are hung at various places in the orchard so we can monitor not only what different insects are present, but also in what quantity, what the population size is, and to monitor, when they're flying and when the generations are hatching, so that we can really pinpoint. If they're bad enough that we do have to go and spray, we can pinpoint exactly when that is, so that we make one spray and eliminate all of our problems. We're really very careful about only spraying when there's some gain associated, a feasible result. And that's accomplished through our scouting. So we're very vigilant about knowing what's out there, because you can't be a good IPM grower unless you know what's out in your orchard. So this is a mating disruption dispenser, and what this allows us to do is these are manually placed evenly all over our orchard, and this side controls one insect. This side controls another insect by emitting the natural pheromone, the sex pheromone of these insects all over our orchard. And what this effectively does is confuses the males in the area that they can fly and fly, and it smells like there's a female everywhere they turn, but they can never find them, never mate, and never harm our crop just by hanging these things up in the orchard. And the nice thing about this is, again, because we use these, it minimizes our sprays. So these are examples of our pheromone traps. This is the method we use to monitor the flight population of a number of different harmful pests in apples and peaches. By checking these once a week, every single trap gets checked every week, we're able to monitor the flight and size of the population that we're trying to control. And by doing that, we only will spray if there's an absolute need to do so. So we're really excited about trying to educate and engage the general public and get them to be advocates for us in modern agriculture, because there's so few of us that we feel like we lose our voice. So at Three Springs Fruit Farm, we're excited to be back at our farmers markets this year. We have a few in the DC area, one in Bethesda, Greenbelt, Maryland, one right downtown at the Health and Human Services building. We have one in the Baltimore area in Towson, and 2 in Philadelphia, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And all this information is available on our website. We've got a blog you can follow. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well. And we're anxious to educate anybody, whether you're a customer or just someone with an interest in agriculture, on what we do. And we feel proud to represent a lot of people that way. You can find us at www.threespringsfruitfarm.com.